and welcome to your next Pilates-based HiiT session. I say Pilates-based HiiT session because ultimately I want you to work with precision and control, think about your alignment, your stabilising muscles, move bigger to continue to work on strength, but also your flexibility of muscles and mobility of your joints. So we're going to challenge ourselves as much as we like. This is going to work every single area of the body, legs, upper body and core, in a nutshell. And as I said, you can work as hard or as easy as you like, but please always remember your alignment, your precision of movement and control. So we start with our feet hip distance apart and parallel. Roll the shoulders, just do a few big shoulder rolls so that we just mobilise the shoulders, and also more importantly, allow your arms to hang by your side, nice and broad across the front and back of the shoulders. Tuck the pelvis under, knees a little bit soft. As you stand here, just take a few slightly deeper breaths, and as you breathe out, think about that pelvic floor muscle and that drawing in feeling around your waist. Create that muscular corset of support. But we need to get warm before we start. So breathe in. As you breathe out, take the arms all the way up and lovely and wide. So you can get your arms up and back as far as you possibly can to just be aware of your flexibility of your shoulders. This is flexion of the shoulders, keeping a nice neutral position. Lengthening across the front of the shoulders and the chest. Fabulous. Let's do 2 more and then 1 more. And then allow your arms to hang. Let the body rotate as they swing and you look around behind you. The little bit of momentum takes you out a bit further, but still be in control. Now this is a simple warm-up, really short and sweet. So if you need to warm up a little bit more, press pause and warm up a bit more. Okay, definitely, depending on the time of day, depends clearly on how warm you are, but we need to make sure we're mobile and ready. So we'll do 4 more of these. 3, 2 and 1. Settle you back in the middle and march on the spot. Let's just find our balancing muscles, stabilising muscles around the ankle, across the knee and around the hip. As I said, we literally march on the spot. Shoulders lovely and broad. Fabulous. Let's do 4 more. 3, 2 and 1. And of course, we will squat. This is actually our first exercise. We're going to move it a little bit more if we can, but we want to make sure our knees go where our toes point, keeping the spine long and taking yourself down as far as you can. Lift up to the top of the head. Fabulous. 4 more, please. Lift up, last 3. 2 more. And last 1. And then take the arms up, breathe in, engage the core, bend the knees, breathe out, around your back. Let the arms swing by your side. Fabulous. I'm going to ask you to do 4 more. Last 3. Belt of support, 2 more. And 1. And rest. Okay, I'm just going to do a few side bends while I tell you what we're going to do. We've got a series of exercises which we're going to do twice. First 3, working mainly on the legs. Second 3, mainly on the upper body. Couple of core, then you get a minute to rest and recover before you do it again. So let's do 4 more of these. And as I said, it really is about you. You challenging yourself. And that's what these HiiT sessions are all about as we return here. So as I said, our first exercise is the squat. A bit wider. Now you could step out and squat, step out and squat. You could jump it out. Okay, being careful. Now some of you I know wear shoes in these HiiT sessions, brilliant. You don't have to. If you're going to jump without shoes on, be very conscious of your feet. And then we'll progress. I've got small weights here for the upper body exercises. You could use cans. We don't need those just yet. We're going to get going with our squats. 1 minute and then 15 seconds to move you on to your next exercise. You're going to get hot and a little bit out of breath. So, are you ready? Excellent. Let's go. So you could step out the squat, step into the middle, step out. Notice when I come into the middle, my feet are turned out. And here, taking yourself down as deep as you can, remembering the length in your back and getting your bottom down. So this is a low impact version of this. High impact means at a point in time both feet are off the floor. Now this is challenging, it's going to make the thighs burn, definitely using lots of oxygen, energy, so you get that lactic acid burning in the legs. But it's good. Good for a little agility through the legs, taking your feet out, sinking yourself down as far as you can. Just a minute. And then our next minute is the wall squat. Yes, 4 seconds. Brilliant. And then again, and rest. I'm going to take myself here actually, in the corner. Sit your back against the wall, sink yourself down so your knees are at 90. And then go. Get your breath back, push yourself back. Do not use your hands. Your hands can rest, but don't push on them. Push your bottom back against the wall or the door and go down as far as you can. Ideally, you want your knees at 90. Ideally, you want your knees above your ankles. So if your feet are a bit further out, you're going to be slipping out. I've moved away from my mat to make it a bit easier, so I don't slide. Hands relaxed, shoulders relaxed, and notice I've got my head back against the wall. Engage your bottom muscles. Definitely. Catch your breath. That means stop talking, Anna, and catch your breath. Fabulous. Come on, we're nearly there. As I told you, this is a challenging session. Challenging as much as you can make it. As you push yourself away, stand up. Okay. This one, where you shake your legs, is our stepping lunges. Alternating legs. So from here, we step forwards and lunge, step back. Step forwards and back. Push yourself back with your front foot. Push back. Now you can add in the sort of running man arms, because it definitely aids your sort of balance and the way you function here. Now I know some of you don't like lunges. They're a great exercise. They are quite demanding on the knees. The back one here. So make sure you push yourself back with that front foot. Keep your head up, be conscious of your core, and of course conscious that your knee goes where your toes point. Push yourself back with that front foot, otherwise it's horrible on the back knee. We don't want that to be horrible. Okay, if you recall, 3 leg exercises, 3 upper body exercises. So, last one. We're going to go down for some push-ups. You knew they're a great upper body exercise. Hands wide, shoulders back. You can be on your knees right here as you send your head forwards of your hands and push up. Shoulders draw away from your ears, engage your core. And this could absolutely be your push-up. Or send your knees back, your chest goes between your hands, and notice my head is much further forwards than my hands. My chest, as we go down, is in between my hands. Shoulders back. Now I know some of you will be doing full push-ups. Just go steady. If you rush, you'll get that burning sensation and you'll come to a grinding full stop. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Keep your neck lovely and long. So some of these exercises are what we call isotonic movement, and some of them are isometric. We've got 3 seconds. I've got time for one more. And rest. So, as we did with the second leg exercise, we're going to go for the isometric here. So we're going to hold. Shoulder blades slide down the back. Got your small weights in your hands and hold them in front. Okay, I've got my thumbs up to just draw the shoulders down and be wide. You can be a bit wider here if you like. How narrow. Some of you might have a big plate that you're holding, not a dinner plate. They're quite light. Cans of beans, small weights. But we've got to engage the core. Don't lean back, stay tall, draw the tummy in. Just hold them here. Now the danger is our shoulders start to creep up around our ears. We do not want that. Keep the shoulder blades drawing down the back. Notice my elbows are a little bit bent and I'm holding my weights out at about chest shoulder height. Breathe. Knees a little soft, drawing the tummy in, tucking the tail under, and just holding. Fabulous. You got it. Keeping the neck long. Breathe. And rest. Absolutely fabulous. Keep your weights, cans. If you have a big plate, put it down and grab 2 small weights. We're going to move this time and do our lateral raises. So head up nice and tall, wrist strong. You breathe in as you breathe out, arms go out to chest shoulder height, out wide to the side there, and up all the way, drawing your shoulder blades down the back. And as I said, arms go up. Keeping the neck long, being conscious of your alignment here. And as I say, it's your choice with regards to the weights. If you wish to put them down and have hands full of fresh air, that's fine by me. But we want to challenge these shoulders whilst maintaining technique. So if your shoulders are going up around your ears, get them down. Draw the shoulder blades down the back, lifting your arms up and out to the side. Engaging your core. Absolutely. And lower, and again, up and out. Elbows bent, wrist strong. This is our 3rd upper body exercise. However, we are going to go down next and do a plank. So we get rid of these and we go down to the mat. Now the plank is a great core exercise, absolutely. It's known as a core exercise, but I think it's also challenging for the shoulders. Hands or elbows, push up, draw back, knees or toes, not tummy. Tuck the tail under, keep your neck lovely and long. Drawing your shoulders away from your ears and just breathing. Breathe here. As I say, keep the neck nice and long, don't let your head drop. Draw the shoulders back, tuck the tail under, and I want another 30 seconds, please. We should be able to do a minute of plank, but I know that we've just worked the upper body, so you might find that bit a real challenge. That is the point, to be fair, but let's think about this stability. Stabilise the muscles, have good endurance. Let's stay here. We've got 10 seconds. Fabulous. 5, 2, 1. Knees down, release, roll yourself over. Okay, we're going to lie on our back and we're going to do our curl-ups with or without legs. So I'm going to take my arms up and back and curl up. But I'm also going to have my legs. So we could go long and crunch in here and long here. Some of you might think, oh, I'm going to take both feet down and curl up. And some of you might take your legs long. As I said, it's about working to the level that suits you. And you could vary it like I am. I'm doing a bit of long single leg, bent double leg, long double leg, and a minute of this, please. And then as I said, you've actually got a minute to recover and decide whether you could work a little bit harder, whether you have slightly heavier weights, making sure that you work to that good range of movement. We're nearly there. Drawing the tummy in, curling up, and rest. I'm going to give my knees a hug, and then I'm going to put them on the floor, take the arms out. You do what you like, okay? You might need to come up have a bit of a drink. I'm just going to do a little bit of hip rolls here. So we've got a minute, as I said, a minute to recover. You might do a few of these just to loosen the back a little bit. Don't forget your core, please. As we do, I'm going to do one more. And then hug my knees to come up. And then standing nice and tall here, just roll the shoulders. Just allowing yourself a little bit of time to regroup, decide whether you want to work a little bit harder for the second and final set, challenging the legs first. 3 minutes on the legs, 3 minutes on the upper body, and only 2 on the core. Because actually, we should be working our core for the entire duration, shouldn't we? So, a couple more seconds here. And then, settle. Right, first exercise is the squat. We could take the feet wide, step out, okay, or you could jump out. You could stay here and squat here. This is a totally non-impact exercise. I am going to jump mine, but notice I'm going really carefully. So I jump out and lower myself carefully, push up and jump in. And I'm turning my feet out as I squat, in here, out. Now this is clearly adding impact, which for some people is too much, but actually the impact is good for our bones. So if your heart and strength can manage it, it's good for the bones, good for the muscles, good for the heart. I'd like you to keep going. Take your time, go steady. Knowing that the next minute is a wall squat. Take your bottom down and down. Brilliant. Nearly there. And again. Yes. Shake the legs. Recover the heart. Feet a bit further away from the wall. And then you could just wait and slide yourself down and sit back. Breathing is essential because we want to get that blood pumping around the body and not pooling in the feet. Be strong in your legs. Draw your sit bones towards one another. Activate your glutes, in other words, and your pelvic floor. And rest your arms. Jumping makes it tough, no? 30 seconds. Should I have said that, or you've got your eyes closed? Maybe close your eyes. Really are aware of your bottom muscles and your thighs. Push through the heels. Were you pushing through your toes? I was. I transferred to my heels a bit more. It's kicked in my quads. Breathe. Fabulous. And then come up. Oh, shake the legs. I like doing this. Stepping lunges. Strong in your front leg. 3, 2, 1. Step, push back. Step, push back. Brilliant. As we step forward, we push the knee forward where the toes point. I'm actually unintentionally tapping my knee on the floor because I want to make sure I go low enough, but clearly quite a soft floor, and then definitely pushing through that front foot. Actually quite a lot with the toes on the front foot, which is good for the ankle stability, the push off that we need to work the calf muscles as we transition to one side and then the other. Adding the arms is good. And I'd like you to do 10 more seconds. Brilliant. Are you calming the breathing? Legs down, ready for the upper body. So we go down to the floor, take the hands wide, draw your shoulders back, You could be on your knees right in. Knees back, push, back, core, go. Here. Here might definitely be enough for most people. Press-ups are not easy. Push-up, press-ups, whatever you want to call them. You're pushing from the bottom up, but you are controlling the way down. So please just be conscious of your strength, your alignment, and your pace. Go steady. If you rush, you'll get to 3/4 of the way through and come to a grinding full stop. So just take your time, go steady. Keep the neck long, keep the core engaged. Pushing up, and then again. Oh, amazing. 15 seconds, please. Don't let the head drop. Okay, leave the chest towards the floor, not the base. Oh, that is unless you're in a box position. I'm going to do one more. Come in. Tough one. Back to your feet. Shoulder blades slide down the back. Elbows bent, wrist strong. Arms in front. Like you're holding a bus steering wheel. Or maybe a mini. But shoulder blades slide down the back, neck long, tuck the chin in. Draw the core in. Engage that deepest abdominal muscle. As we breathe. Breathe easy. Allow yourself a moment to recover. Although the back of your shoulders will be working quite hard, mid-back and core working really hard as you hold here. I like this exercise for the strength and stability here. 15 seconds. Absolutely brilliant. Getting a bit warm now. I definitely am. 10. 2, 1, rest. Shoulders down. Arms go out for the next exercise. Give yourself the 15 seconds. Wrist strong, shoulder blades draw down the back. Engage the core, knees soft. Off you go. And brilliant. And again. You've got this. Be strong. Be aware of your alignment as the bony bits on the outsides of your elbows go out to shoulder height. Lengthen the neck, keep your shoulders away from your ears. So down and then out. Now, some of you might find cans quite easy. Okay, my little weights here are all right. I can manage this quite easily. I could probably go up a bit. But do you know what? This is still working those muscles. Still working the deep stabilizing muscles, the rotator cuff muscles. It's absolutely brilliant for strength and stability of the shoulders. Even hands full of fresh air. And I like to turn on and then rest. 2 more minutes sort of. As we get rid of these and head down to the mat for our plank. Hands or knees, I don't mind. Hands or knees. Hands or elbows, knees or toes. I'm going to go toes. Push up through your elbows or your hands and draw your shoulders back. Pushing your chest forwards a little bit and tucking your tail under. And breathing, as I've already said, is essential. If you hold your breath and think, oh, it's too hard, you will just come to a grinding full stop. Your muscles need the oxygen to continue to work. So we really do need to breathe. Be conscious of the breathing. Be conscious of where maybe this is getting a bit tricky. Draw the shoulders back, push up. Tuck the tail under, draw the tummy in. Maybe, like me, you've got little shakes. It's just your muscles twitching because they're working hard. 10 seconds, please. And then we put the knees down, roll over and go for our curls for our final minute. Neck long, knees up if you wish, Arms by your side. Lengthen away and curl up. Now I said final minute, but you knew when I said that it wouldn't be a minute. It would be 1 minute and 15 seconds. Let's challenge ourselves a bit more if we can. Drawing, lengthen away. Drawing, lengthen away. Brilliant, come on. Make sure that for this last exercise, you're aware of the precision of movement. Don't let your fatigue mean that you're doing it poorly just to get the last minute done. If you notice, I've gone to single leg now, having done double leg, because my technique was going, I was finding it a bit tricky. We've got 20 seconds left, come on. We've got the ding, and for 15 more. Ready? Go. We can.
Activity completed.
Yes. Rest. Over 20 minutes. 21 minutes, because we had a break. So really that was a 20-minute session. Arms out nice and wide. Just do a few hip rolls. As we do this, just notice the stretch across the opposite shoulder as you send your knees over to the side. Breathe. And then again, I've got a question though. Do you fancy a stinger? One for the core, the shoulders, and the legs. Of course you do. So, one that many of you will not enjoy, and that is a minute of side plank. Come on, if you decided, yep, I can do the stinger, this is where you're going to do it with me. So, I'm going to have my underneath leg bent, foot behind me, on the elbow, and hold up and hold this leg here for a minute. And then we have 15 seconds to go onto the other side. This is the stinger, because we've really worked the shoulders, we've really worked the legs, we're going to move them, use them a bit more here, and we've got to use our obliques and the core. So get rid of that. Ready? Get yourself into position. Let's go. On the elbow, lift the hip, the arm, and the leg. Draw the shoulder away from the ear. Lift that leg. Challenge the glute medialis muscles. Not only this one on the top, but this one underneath, because it's having to engage to push you up along with your obliques and that nice drawing in feeling around your waist. Your neck, long. Shoulders, back. Core, strong. Some of you will have that lower leg straight. That is tough. For a minute, that is really tough. Make sure this top leg is side on, maybe slightly back behind you. I can't see the clock. Maybe you've shut your eyes so you can't either, but just have to listen. Well done. Change sides. Let's spin to win. Go on to one elbow, underneath leg bent, push up through the elbow, lift the hip off the floor, open across the shoulders, lift the hand, lift the leg. So I don't know about you, but I always swap sides and I think, should I have started on this side? Because I've come up and thought, oh my word, hard here at the sides of the hips, on both sides. And that's what it is, because it is, for the duration of both minutes here. Make sure you're comfortable on the elbow. Mine felt a bit too far out. Push up, draw your shoulders back and down, engage the core and hold this leg up high, slightly back. For the whole minute. Go on. I know you can. Fabulous. Now you've got to remember to stretch after this session. Really have a decent stretch. And now that you're lovely and warm, this is the time to stretch. Working on your flexibility. Please don't just stop and walk away. We're nearly there. Come on, come on, come on. Stay high, stay strong. And rest. Aye, aye, aye. I need to stretch my glutes, so I'm going to take one leg over, give it a hug. Welcome back, the stinger. Oh, I like that one. That was a good session, and I know for many people, you'll be really glad it's finished, but feel great that you've done it. So, thank you very, very much for joining me, getting a bit of a stretch here, and then over, and then here. And you may want to press stop and go to the stretch session. Definitely the one for the legs. Just spend 10 minutes, 5 minutes even, stretching your legs. So the ones that I'm doing here now will just take you to the flexibility that you already have, which might be great. But if it isn't, you need to hold that stretch for longer to make your flexibility great. I'm hot. As we gently come up onto your feet, take one foot into your hand, give your quads a stretch. A nice stretch right down the front of the thigh, open the shoulder. I hate doing that on my shoulder. And if you jumped, you probably want to stretch your calf muscles as well as we swap sides. As I said, stretching I'm doing is just taking you back to the flexibility that you had before we started. If that's rubbish, hold it for longer. You know that, a minute is great. 5 minutes, not great. Rest here, stretch forwards, come up, stretch out.